too lazy to actually put a video together and edit it. So I said, I'll just go live and do all this. I'm doing it from memory. Got a lot to cover. In fact, I don't even know how to do. It's been a while since I've done this, so I've got to see how I actually see if I cut anybody in chat. I don't know if anybody's even going to come to chat. It's been so long since I've been live. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's mute that. Okay. So if anybody does come into chat, then I'll be able to see. So, what's been going on the last 3 years, roughly? I know I wasn't one of the most popular MCOC YouTubers by any means, but I did know a lot of people. I have 99 subscribers now, it looks like. I had a few hundred at one point, but when you don't stream for 3 years, that's what happens. So, September of 2022, I was on my way home from work, and I was involved in a head-on car crash. It could have been a lot worse. I did walk away with injuries, and I ended up having surgeries. I ended up with a brain injury. I was told by my lawyers to basically, for the most part, as much as possible, stay off of social media until I guess the case was settled and all that kind of stuff. Well, over 3 years later, the case finally got settled. So I can get back on. I can kind of tell you guys what's been going on if anybody has been wondering about me. I'm not doing this to get sympathy or anything like that. I just thought there might be some people who would be interested in knowing what was going on with me. So I was involved in that head-on car crash. I was in a very small car, and the person who was at fault who hit me was in a large SUV. So they won that battle. As I said, I have a brain injury that I've been dealing with since then. Not super serious, but my short-term memory is pretty much gone. I do still have speech issues now and then, although I've done a lot of therapy to kind of make that better. I had 3 surgeries. I had surgery on my shoulder where the seatbelt caught me. I had nerve damage in my hand, the same hand, the left hand, and had to have surgery on my elbow and wrist at the same time. So it was my second surgery. And then last July, I got my back fused. So 16 people watching. I'm kind of surprised. Nobody chatting, but that's okay. So I got my back fused in July. That was fun. And insert sarcasm there. So I am basically, it's been decided by Social Security that I am permanently disabled, but I am able to do some stuff part-time. So I got to the point where I was like, what I really want to do, if I can do something part-time, what do I want to do? I definitely did not want to go back to streaming Marvel Contest of Champions because I haven't played that game in a long time. I don't miss the game. I miss some of the people from the community, which is why I'm doing this. But I didn't want to do that. It's kind of one of those things like, at 54 years old, you ask yourself, what do you want to do when you grow up? And certain events kind of came together to push me toward the decision to start working on guitars. Fixing guitars, doing what's called setting up for guitars. I see there's people here. I don't know why I don't see anything in chat. Let's just see if... Okay. All right, it works. Feel free to chime in. Where was I? Memory. Yes, my memory's gone. Oh, so I do what's called setting up guitars. I fix guitars. I even make guitar cases. So about the time I decided I wanted to do that, I was in a music store, and I found out that the owner of the music store, that's a small kind of, well, mom and pop music store, but it's really just a pop and pop music store. 2 friends own it. If some kid comes in and they start playing guitar. The manager, the owner will go up and start talking to him and say, hey, do you like playing guitar? And the kid's like, yeah. And the manager will say, well, do you have a guitar? He's like, no, I can't afford a guitar. So the manager will go into the back and get one of his honestly cheaper guitars and just give it to the kid. Mr. Cookie, if your name has changed in the last 3 years, I you're gonna have to tell me what your name used to be, what I knew you by. But welcome to the stream. So he does this thing. He kind of gives guitars away randomly, and so I was buying a new guitar from him, and I went and got my old guitar, and I took it to him. And I said, hey, next time a kid comes in, needs a guitar, give him this guitar. This old Peavey Predator from like the 90s. And I got to thinking, I'm like, I really kind of want to do more of this. So what I started is kind of that's a one-man organization, really, just me. I get guitars, whether I get them at garage sales or things like that, or kit guitars and put them together. So I go around and get guitars, fix them up, make sure they're playing right, and I am working towards getting these guitars into the hands of organizations that do music therapy for people with disabilities. So that's what I'm doing now. So I am behind on giving away guitars. I have enough guitars to give away for the year at this point, but I am kind of behind giving the guitars away. I gave one to a place called Fort Wayne Rescue Mission. It's downtown Fort Wayne. Basically a place for the homeless community. I believe it's all males there. But they do not music therapy because they don't have a licensed therapist, but they it's a community, like a group type thing. So I gave them a guitar a few months ago. I was able to meet with the Guitars for Vets people here in Fort Wayne, and I had the opportunity to give them from Bangladesh welcome. I would probably just have to call you Riff, because that's a mouthful for me. I was able to give Guitars for Vets 2 guitars and 2 amplifiers, and that was really a good experience. They were super grateful for that. So that's what I'm doing now. Is I'm just trying to get guitars into the hands of people who need them, and they can't afford them. I am from Indiana, United States of America. So I'm probably going to be putting out. I've been recording a lot of these things where I give away the guitars. I'm probably going to be doing quick videos, just kind of saying, hey, here's the guitar I'm giving, here's the people I'm meeting with. Unfortunately, this last one, the Guitars for Vets, the person did not know about being a government thing, if I was allowed to film, things like that. But as I can, I'm going to be doing videos. I'm giving them to schools as well. I'm supposed to be meeting up with somebody. Yes, Donald Trump is our president, correct. But I don't want to get too political. So, that's what I'm up to. That's where I've been. With my head stuff, I actually had to take a lot of time away from social media anyway. I couldn't stand to be on a computer for a long time. I kept trying to play the MCOC game after my injury, and it did not go well. I just was not able to handle it with some of my issues. I've got sound sensitivity issues. OG Kicks. If you went by a name a while ago, and if I know you, you're going to have to tell me what your name used to be. So what is 7747? It's not like 67 like all the kids are saying, is it? Anyway. Again, I get distracted like a squirrel. So, I just really could not play the game anymore. Now, what's going to happen in the future? I'm going to start trying to put out some of these videos. I have to do some editing, which, again, I hate editing videos. I'm terrible at it, but I'm going to try that. But I do know that there used to be a lot of people who knew me, who I knew. Some of those people I no longer can translate your name. I don't know how to translate your name. Um, there are some people I used to be friends with who I no longer consider friends for one reason or another. Whatever, it's past. But I do know there was a lot of people who I really liked who used to come into my streams. I got along with really well, really good people, and I just wanted to put this out there in case they might have been wondering, hey, where's Old Man Silver been for the last 3 years? Uh, Definitely something new is I do have the ZZ Top beard. What is my occupation? I am actually on I'm disabled. I'm on disability because of a car wreck. But my hobby now is basically working on guitars for people and helping people with their guitars. But yeah, I am actually in a band, and hopefully we're going to be doing some ZZ Top songs because it makes sense for you got a guy with this big old beard. Might as well do some ZZ Top songs. Actually, I was driving today. I had my window down because it's pretty nice out there, and I heard somebody yelling ZZ Top, and somebody who was crossing the street after I had gone through the intersection saw my beard and said ZZ Top. Um, why do I pick it? I don't understand. Why do I pick guitar? Okay, so what I'm seeing is that maybe there's a location. Yeah, I did not pick guitar. Perhaps there's something in my settings I need to look at to change it. Maybe I'd actually get some people um, logging in that actually used to watch me. So, um, yeah, so I am playing some music now. Back to doing that. I was off of that for a while, playing some music and just kind of trying to get my health back to where it once was. So that's my update. I am gonna go ahead and end the stream. I do appreciate the people who stopped in, and especially those people who hopped into chat. Um, Leave a comment if you see this and you're one of my friends and you're like, hey, haven't talked to them in a while. And other than that, let's see, what did I used to say? Oh, yeah, that's where the memory comes in. All I ask is that you always be excellent to each other, and I will see you later.